A little early. Welcome to the Best Damn Podcast. This is it. It is down to the wire. It is the week. We literally have a week. This Saturday, Wrestling for a Cure Season 9 comes to an end, and I've been trying to get as many of the Wrestling for a Cure athletes in for interviews. And tonight we have the number one contender for Sid Hollands Wrestling for a Cure heavyweight title, and a man who's been on fire, Chad Osman, a.k.a. Yoder. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Doing good. So I've been paying attention to you since last year. Last year, you were in an incredible triple threat match for the Wrestling for a Cure title. You have been on fire ever since. You're just like a train. You're not stopping.
Yes.
What is your thoughts going into this weekend? I mean, obviously, I'm sure you're pretty much set. You're going to dethrone Sid.
That's the idea, yes. I don't know. I have a lot of emotions. I've known Sid Hollands for a good 5-6 years now going into this. I have a lot of respect for Sid inside and outside the wrestling ring. But, it's time. I want to be the world heavyweight champion, so Sid has what I want, and I'm afraid that I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that belt come Saturday. So there that is.
Dude, I think it's going to be a war Saturday. Like, of all the matches, I've seen the card, of all the matches that has been announced, that is the one where I'm like, this is going to be a war. This is going to be like King Kong versus Godzilla for that belt, because you guys went all out last year. Yes. Against Mac Daddy Duds, who had held it for quite a while.
I got whacked in the head with a title belt, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you did. You got nailed pretty good, and like I said, you have
robbed is what I got.
Yeah, you got robbed. You did get robbed. You got robbed from it, and now you're getting a chance to get a second chance to get that belt back. But Sid's been pretty steady too. So do you have any concerns going into it as regards to whether you can get the job done?
I know what Sid brings to the table. Sid just recently, he beat Big Bull Bronson in Sword City Wrestling. That's a big dude. And I wrestled Big Bull 2 years ago. I was Wrestling for a Cure. And to beat that man means something. And when he did that, that's when I seized my moment then. But I realized at the same time what I was stepping into. He's a bad dude, yes. But when that bell rings, I'm a bad dude myself. So
when that bell rings, I think
we're going to beat each other up for certain. And I look forward to it. I love fighting these big monster guys, and Sid's right there with the baddest dudes.
I wouldn't say you guys are big monster guys. You guys are more like gods is the best way I can describe it, because I have seen you wrestle, I have seen Sid wrestle. You guys are just 100% machines.
Well, thank you.
And it's incredible to see you guys, have that kind of mobility and have that kind of movement and still, wage your war. It's incredible to watch it, really.
Yes. It's a fun ride. It really is. Me and Sid, we've tangled before. We, 4 years ago, he was in a tag team, the Midwest Mercenaries, and I was put with Richard Faith, me and Richard Faith, and we, I believe I got the win on that one, if I'm correct, if memory serves me correct. So, and then a couple years back, we mixed up in the Battle Royal. We ran parallel with each other, but it's my time. He's had his time. He had his time this last year.
It's your time.
It is my time.
You're going for it. Yep.
Yeah. I don't think you see this right here. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's that one. And then you see this one here.
Yeah.
That's that one. That means something. There ain't nobody that's won those battle royals back to back like I did. So this is my time. I don't need no three-way match, no four-way. It's finally one-on-one. It's time.
Mano y mano, and it's gonna be.
Not wait.
I can't wait either. I'm already saying it. It's gonna be the match of the night. Like the tag titles are on the line, and that's gonna be a close fight. The cruiserweight titles on the line, and of course you had that ever epic, like you have proven you've done twice before, the Dusty Cameron Memorial Battle Royal. But that heavyweight bout, when I heard what it was officially announced, I was like, "Oh my god, this will be match of the night, 100%."
I want to hear him say, "This is awesome."
Dude, I'll start to chant. I will start to chant literally, because it's gonna be the one I think that's gonna take away. It's gonna be the big match of the night. So,
sweet.
So, couple questions. Obviously, favorite wrestler I could tell, Macho Man.
Yeah. One of.
You have no idea. As I grew up watching Macho Man, he was my favorite. Hogan was fine, but Macho Man, he had that, oh yeah, that charisma, that power, that presence.
Yes, he was a gem. He definitely was. One of my favorites. He wasn't. I mean, I can't even say who my top favorite is because there's so many really that I loved, and it changed as I grew older. As a child, I seen Hulkamania in 1986, and I was a Hulkamaniac, hooked, all the way up until Macho Man evolved, and then Undertaker stuff, and then NWO. I was a teen at 17, 18 years old when NWO come around, and I was hooked on that.
That was
all different favorite phases as it is like today's wrestlers. I like a lot of today's wrestlers.
Turning Hogan heel, which is a wrestling term for a villain, in WCW was a huge gamble, but Jesus Christ, it changed the industry.
That lit a ball of fire, didn't it?
It was like watching Superman go bad.
Yeah.
That's the big thing about it. So, on that note, what was it that got you into the wrestling profession? What was it that piqued you and you said, I want to do this? I want to do what these guys do?
Well, I always wanted to as growing up and getting older. And I started late in my life. And really, I was promoting. I was part of the Prairie Land A-Bay. It's a biker rights organization.
Mm-hmm.
And we were doing yearly biker rallies, and I started booking stuff for them, bands and comedians and things like that. And then I got into where I wanted to bring pro wrestling in. So I reached out to a good friend of mine, Larry Jennings, who everyone knows as Gavin Alexander.
The late, great Gavin Alexander, yeah.
We were friends since teenagers, and he was my connection into the independent wrestling scene. So I got a hold of him, and we brought in, I think it was IEW back then. Joey Grunge ran it. And then I just basically brought them in and said, hey, we want to see a biker fight. And they delivered. They delivered in that year. So that year I met, through Larry, I had met Joey Grunge. I had met Tracy Smothers, and I had met beautiful Bobby Eaton, all in the same day and night. Yeah, and we hung out and had a good time. And so fast forward another year came. It was time for the rally again. Same thing, booked Joey. And this time I got to get in the wrestling ring. And as a referee, special guest referee, I'd never been inside of a pro wrestling ring other than a TNA event years ago. So I wanted to get more into the booking part of it. And I decided I was going to bring pro wrestling to Decatur, where I'm from, Decatur, Illinois. Soy City Wrestling. So I started Soy City Wrestling, and I told myself, if I'm going to start a wrestling promotion, I need to at least know how to wrestle or be a referee or whatever. So I signed up through Tracy Smothers and went to his school in Lincoln. And man, once I got in that wrestling ring and started hitting the ropes, taking bumps, everything changed. Everything changed. I had no desire to do the booking and promoting at that point. And so I spent a year 1 year with under Tracy's guidance, trained by Joey and trained a lot by Gavin Alexander. He was the one that beat me up the most. Yeah, and that's what started my journey off there. So I was with Midwest Impact Pro. Oh, this was 2018, and that year they was doing a lot of shows, and I was doing ring announcing. I did the ring announcing for a while. I hauled the trailer and put up the wrestling ring and dealt with that. We did that for about a year, and then they finally let me debut as Yoder. That would have been January of 2019 is when I debuted for Midwest Impact Pro.
All right, I've got to ask the question.
Yeah,
I've got to ask the question. It is a cool idea. I've never seen it before. Yoder is an Amish wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide on that?
To be,
it is so cool. I mean, because you literally, the first time I saw it, I'm like, an Amish wrestler. It's like, okay. And then when I see you perform,
I'm
like,
not the only one, right? There's at least 4 of us out there. You know that?
There's 4 Amish wrestlers.
Yes, Jebediah Hoskins is in West Virginia, North Carolina area. Perry or something Mason. Perry, it ain't Perry Mason. It might be. Is in Michigan. Zeke Kickham is in the Chicago area, but I think he's retiring or something.
And
then there's one more that was down in the Kentucky area, Levi Everett. And so anyway, how I came up with Yoder is pretty easy. I spent a lot of time working in the haunted houses as a teenager.
Right.
And, I had a lot of creative control of stuff I did. And being Amish was all I had to do was shave this, and I had the natural look, no matter what. So I started doing that during the haunted houses when I was an younger adult. And I was known as Jebediah Valdez Yoder. I pulled my brother in on it for a couple of years, and we both were zombies that were Amish zombies, and it was a big hit for a while.
Wow.
So yeah, when I got into training, I kind of knew. I was like, what kind of character would I be? Well, it's naturally to be Yoder, because all I got to do is shave my face and put on some suspenders, and what I become. And and I ran it by when I first wanted to do it. I knew about Amish roadkill. I didn't want to just mock another gimmick.
Right.
And then I reached out even to the other Amish wrestlers, said, hey, my name's Chad Osman. I want to do this Amish character. What do you guys think? Just to get kind of their blessing. And I went with it.
Right.
But Yoder is way different than any of these other characters because these guys are happy-go-lucky. Well, except for Hoskins. He's into the hardcore stuff. The other ones are nice and friendly, where Yoder is just, once the bell rings, he's a mean dude. Something happens when the bell rings.
From what I've seen, when Yoder gets in the ring, it is like you go from fighting an Amish man to, once that bell rings, the Amish man is replaced by, the best way I can describe it, an angry grizzly bear. It's the way it looks, because you're swinging like hard hits, and I'm sitting there a couple times thinking, Jesus, that would break me at that hurt. So
yeah.
And is it comfortable wrestling in like this Amish gear, like the suspenders, the shirt, and all that?
Yeah, it's nothing. It's really I don't know. You get in a zone. It's so weird. I see guys wearing far heavier things than that, full suits and coats and whatever. No, it doesn't bother me none. I just wrestled a weekend ago in Ashland. It had to be 120 outside.
Oh,
it was hot. And the bell time was 2:30, I believe. Whew, it was hot, but it didn't bother me much. I kept hydrated. I wrestled twice that night, matter of fact.
Wow.
Yeah. That day. It wasn't no night. It was that day.
See, I wrestled once, and that was for a Wrestling for a Cure challenge.
Uh-oh.
And everyone gives me shit. Well, first of all, I made a mistake of trying to bribe my way out of it because I was facing Sage, and I gave him a twisted tea, but I forgot it was warm. And he dinged me across the face with it really hard. So, but everybody gave me shit because I was wearing cowboy boots. I'm like, I don't have any wrestling gear.
Oh man.
Yeah, and everybody's like, he's wearing cowboy boots. What the hell?
Did you kick anybody?
Did I kick anybody?
Yeah.
No, but he chopped me so hard my rib cage about went flying in the opposite direction. So
Nice.
So I can understand where you sit there and like, you're in the zone, you're comfortable with what you're wearing and all that stuff. Because I see some guys that go out there in the traditional trunks and the boots and all that stuff, and they're fine. But then when you see those guys, like for example, you going out in the Amish outfit, you're expecting at some point to get winded or worn out, but you don't.
Okay, heck, I don't, buddy. I get wore out sometimes.
I don't see it. Man. I don't see it. So
because you haven't seen me do a 20-minute match. You know why? Because it ain't gonna happen.
It might happen this Saturday. You never know.
I don't know.
Never know.
Whatever.
So you get your start with Gavin Alexander, the late great Larry Jennings.
Yes. He brought so many people into this pro wrestling thing. You know that?
Yeah.
All the time back. I've been doing this 6 years now, and I go all the way down to Southern Indiana, Upper Kentucky, and all of them got stories. Gavin did this. Gavin brought me into this. It's so weird. So weird how many people he brought in.
See, I knew him as Rage on Morning Disaster, Ray Lyle's Morning Disaster. He passed away
last November.
Yeah. It was like when the news broke.
Yeah.
And that was like, God damn.
I couldn't believe it. I still really I got his picture thing from his memorial on my refrigerator. A little thing a lot of people don't know that I built to urn that Gavin's in right now.
Oh, really?
I did. It's a nice. I got pictures of it on my Yoder built page. It's what Gavin would have wanted. A beautiful urn. And yeah, I got his picture on my refrigerator. I walk by and I see it often, and it doesn't seem real to me.
Right.
Because he would always be randomly calling or randomly messaging me. I miss all that stuff. Really, at the time, I didn't. It was kind of annoying, but now that it's not there, it's like, man, I miss it.
He was taken too soon. I remember when the news broke and they mentioned, it was an aggressive form of brain cancer, and he went.
I think it only took about 6 months.
6 months, but man, he went down fighting the whole way. He didn't. 6 months, because I think originally they'd announced that it was going to be like 2 or 3 months because it was so aggressive. He made it 6 months. That guy was a lion straight through and through. He fought all the way. So
yeah, rest in peace, Gavin.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. That's surreal too, because when the news broke, we were on the air and people were talking about it. I'm like, let's just wait till we're off air and make sure, because we don't want to spread a rumor that's false.
Yeah.
And then come to find out it was true. And I was like, oh, damn, man. So,
yeah.
It just sucks because, it's like only the good die young. And everybody I talk to, they have their stories about Larry Jennings, but they also have good things to say about Larry. Lots of good things.
Yes.
So he was definitely dedicated to the business.
Oh, my.
He was definitely 100% dedicated to it.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said he gave a lot to it. That's it. Go ahead.
He did. So what accolades, titles have you held so far in your career, and how long does your career span?
So my debut was 19. That'd been about 6 years. Man, let me think. So I did a lot of stuff down in Southern Indiana for a long time with Tri-State Wrestling, TSW. Me and Joey Grunge was managed by Tracy. We won their tag team titles, and I held them for a long, long year. And I contribute that to COVID because we won them right before COVID shut things down seriously at that time.
Mm.
That was good to be a tag champion with Tracy being my manager. I mean, that's good stuff to me. And then for Midwest Impact Pro, I became the Sudden Impact champion. I beat the Apocalypse in Peoria for that belt. And I've never lost that belt. The company's folded, so there's that.
That's a pretty good, feather your cap to sit there and say, I'm still the champion. I'm champion longer than the company was,
Yeah. I wish I still had the belt, but the promoters don't let you always take the belt with you.
Oh, really?
They'll have it. Yeah, I wrestled the Apocalypse for that one. That was a good match, man. One of my top matches there for sure. Elite Pro Wrestling, they're in Southern Indiana. I wrestled for Elite Pro Wrestling. I'm still on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there for about 5 years. I became the World Heavyweight Champion in the summer of 2022. Beat Bo Sawyer for that belt. And
nice.
That's one of my biggest moments right there so far in my career is winning that belt. Zeke Kickham that I mentioned earlier, me and him have been the World Tag Team Champions for Midwest Impact Pro. We beat Gavin and Robbie McCann. They were the Violence Society. So we beat them for them belts. And that was weird because Zeke he only came for like 2 or 3 matches and we lost them. And I'm stuck with the tag team titles. And then I ended up getting beat for them 2-on-1. So
wow. So he quit. He quit, and it turned into basically like a handicap match.
Yeah, Zeke never came back to help me defend my belts, and I believe the Butcher was supposed to help me, and he didn't. He said he was, and didn't show up. Yeah, I got triple teamed that night because them guys in the Empire, 6, 7, 8 of them come out with them. It's ridiculous.
That was about what, 4 years ago?
Man, yeah, 4 or 5.
I'd like to show you something because it's something I've been trying to do with a lot of the wrestlers that come on here, show some of their history. And I did this with the past few guys, but I believe this is the match you're talking about right here.
Oh my. Yes. Where'd you find this from?
Oh, I have my ways. I may not have a producer, but all I gotta do is just find a name.
I love this building. This was in the auction house in Pekin,
right?
Pekin, Illinois. And man, the crowd, the people, wow. I miss these people. There's Jimmy Love. Jimmy Love, he's a cheater. They're all of them. They got 4 or 5 cheaters. Look at that. I got so many belts, I can't even high five people.
Yeah, you're trying to sit there and high five people. Hell, let me slap my hands real quick. There's Gavin Alexander tapping your head.
Man, I miss that guy.
I also love how your intro music of all things is Amish Paradise. It's like,
I don't see how that couldn't have been my song, man. I mean,
right.
It's got a twist to it because I didn't like the intro to Weird Al's. It's just weak. I like Coolio's intro, so I cut that up and made Coolio's intro, and I kind of customized it a little bit, so it's me coming out immediately.
Very nice.
Corey Americana's there in the suit. That's Corey Andrews, Type 1, right there.
That one right there?
Yep, right there in the suit.
The gold suit.
This seems so old, but it's really... This had to have been 2019, 2020.
And according to this, let me see here. It was 4 years ago, so 2021 maybe?
Yep. This must have been after COVID had lifted.
This must have, yeah.
Everything was... These people were hungry for entertainment then.
Oh, yeah, the country was opening back up. Everyone was like, let's get back to normal.
Yeah. Pastor Black is your ring announcer. Papa Black.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there he is. Papa Black. And that's his brother right there stepping down. He's a big guy. He's like 6'5".
Jesus Christ.
Look at him.
Oh my God, that's not a person. That is a giant.
It is. I told him you need to get in that ring somehow, some way.
So you got to face both these guys by yourself.
Yes.
2-on-1.
Yes. Butcher's out here. He's come to help, but he's no help. He ain't. Look at him. What's he?
Well, he's bandaged up, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. His head's bandaged up. He's got a hatchet, and he couldn't help me win. What's going on?
So he was supposed to team up with you.
Yeah, I don't know why they threw him in the mix with me. I didn't really need help, but here he is.
Dude, look at this. Look at the size difference. Like, you have these large, broad shoulders and these giant arms, and he's kind of, very bottom heavy. It seems like Butcher is.
Butcher's a massive man.
Yeah.
We never did have a one-on-one match. Or did we?
See, let's fast forward here a little bit. Yeah, you get the crowd riled up.
Yeah. And Robbie's got to make his way around and mess with everybody in the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that guy. So Gavin was my debut match when I debuted in January. He was part of I had a debut before that, but it wasn't advertised, or I didn't really want people to know about. And it was a battle royal, 2 of them. And Gavin put me over in both battle royals.
Right.
I owe a lot to Gavin.
You owe a lot to the man, huh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Dude, you have these 3 tall guys, and then you have this little small guy here. It's like
Robbie was 6'5", 280. You know that?
He was 6'5", 280?
That's what Robbie McCann's gimmick was. He was 6'5", 280. Muscle.
Now, Robbie is the short guy in the black trunks, right?
Yes.
What was he going off of? Was he going off the metric system for his height and all that?
No, probably it's just in his mind. Pretty sure Tracy came up with that for him.
Now, see, there's what I was talking about earlier. Once that bell rings, you are like a beast in the ring.
Yeah.
It is like you can't underestimate. You can't be underestimated. You can't. No.
I just got to wrestle Robbie in May for Soul City Wrestling.
Oh, yeah?
Him and Moondog against me and my manager. I made my manager wrestle.
You made your manager wrestle?
Sure did. I had no choice.
How did he do?
He did okay. He did what you would expect. Yeah, he held his ground. He got beat up for a little bit. I believe he got the DDT on Moondog or Robbie, one of them. He gave him a DDT. It was his first move he'd ever done.
Oh, there's Gavin going to work on you.
Gavin was a mean one, man. He's one of them guys that there ain't nothing pulled. When he hits you, he hits you.
Oh, you can tell that was a hit.
Yes.
That was a hit.
Probably about made my leg twitch. No.
And
Butcher does nothing but watch this whole match. It's pretty annoying to watch this.
It's like, why is he in there then? Mm-hmm. It's like, if he's only there, it's just to watch. Like, right there, get over there.
Yeah, you don't even want to tag. Oh boy,
I don't know and there, I'm guessing that's where you lost the belts, unfortunately.
No, not yet, because I think the Butcher just completely walks out.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, he starts attacking Corey Merrick. Here's the finish.
All right, so here's the finish.
He's beating.
Yep, you're looking around. He's gone.
Took 2 of these guys to do this. That knee to the head, man. I'll tell you what, I felt that one.
Oh,
both of them had to pin me. You see that one?
Yeah. That's dirty.
Yep.
That's a dirty way to win the belts.
That was a classic. That was good.
But you enjoyed that.
Yes.
What would you say would be your favorite match of all time that you've ever had?
Well, winning that EPW title was really special. So that was my favorite match, I guess. Definitely. And just recently, man, the Toga Steve Memorial, I did made it to the finals against Brian Ely, and that was a battle. And I almost had him, but that was probably to date one of my best matches too, right there. Them two.
Wow.
Yep, winning that title was special though, man. It was really cool.
Oh, you might have.
I wasn't expecting it at all. It was so surreal.
Right. So when it comes to wrestling, obviously, I mean, this is one thing that people don't understand is there is a lot of physicality with it. Yeah. And every wrestler I've had who's come on here has always mentioned that their worst injury. What would be your worst injury that you ever suffered?
Weird enough, when I won that APW world title, I go up to the second rope to celebrate with the belt and slipped, and my knee popped. And it was like, oh, wow. You know, I took a couple of weeks. No, I did not. 2 weeks later, I defended that title. My knee was kind of messed up, but it wasn't. I was able to walk on it. And then I went and defended that title. And then I did Wrestle for a Cure against Bull Bronson. With my knee at that point, I was walking with a cane into the building.
Oh, my God.
And I knew I had torn my meniscus, but I knew that I had to get through that Wrestle for a Cure with Bull. But then I get there, right? And my biggest concern was, how am I going to go over the top rope and land with my busted knee in that battle royal?
Oh.
So guess what? I didn't need it because I won that battle royal.
Yeah, you won it. Yeah.
And that was after wrestling Bull Bronson. And I got that match is on video too. And I tried to pick Big Boy up off the second rope, and my knee gave out. But thank God the momentum was right, and I was able to still give him my Death Valley driver a little bit. And then I realized, man, I didn't get it all. So I hit the ropes and gave him the big splash and won that match. And my knee was done, blown out. I don't know how. And then I still went on to win that battle royal. But then I had a little hiatus. A year and a half away, and that year and a half healed my knee. Because if not for that hiatus, I wouldn't have stopped, because I had the EPW world title. I would have been defending that, and I would have went until my leg was just, I wouldn't have been able to walk on it. So kind of blessing in disguise, the ordeal that I went through to allow me a year and a half to rest my knee. And now my knees are great. I feel good.
Well, good. That's hardcore. You're going from like torn meniscus to it's just a torn meniscus. I'll go fight Bronson. Why not? You know,
it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was painful for a little while, but yeah, this match here, I'd say going into it was probably 50% torn. And then when I went and attempted to get him off that second rope, good Lord.
Get to where you get.
He's a massive monster of a man right there.
He's a big boy. He is. Is it when you try and get on top rope? Is it towards the end or?
Yes, that's the finish.
All right, that's the finish. So bring this up here.
Yeah.
Dude, look at the size comparison. He is
he's two of me easily.
Oh, easily. I'm not saying that to be. That's a big boy.
Boom! I catch the boot. Oh, man,
dude, this guy's huge.
Yeah, he just pulls me around by my pants like I'm nothing. I thought this was the end of it right here. I thought this was over. Look at this.
Oh, that had to knock the wind out of your lungs,
man. And And then he thinks he's going to play with me. That's where he messed up right there. He should have pinned me. He would have been the world champion right there if he would have pinned me. But then I don't know why his manager wanted to inflict pain on me for running his mouth for months on end. And he wants him to get up and do this. But look, I got a manager too, buddy.
Yeah, you got your manager too.
Bam. Whoops, cause a distraction. Right. Now look, Death Valley Drop. Nope. Correct.
Oh my God.
And I knew I had to do something. Boom.
Oh.
There it is. Woo.
God, your knee had to be screaming at that point. You got to be sitting there saying, why did I just try that? But it was so cool.
All I thought about was, okay, I'm done with this one. Now I got to move on to another ordeal.
Yeah, because then you get the Battle Royal, I think, like shortly after this, wasn't it?
Yes.
Let me see. Get back to that part where your knee. Because I'm unfortunately, I got like two computers here, but one's kind of hidden because this other one's a big 35-inch.
Yeah.
So let's do this. All right. So here's close to it. Here's your manager. That's knocks him down, and here you hop up.
I took 2 steps. And
oh my God!
Yeah.
You are a tough son of a bitch, man. Oh. And you finished it, and then you had the Battle Royal shortly afterwards.
Yes.
Dude.
It was a mess.
I bet by the end of the night, you were like, I need some painkillers and something hard liquor.
This was on a Saturday, and I went to work.
There goes the manager.
He needed that. That guy's got a potty mouth.
Just choke slam the manager like, oh, you're here too? All right, come here, you.
The referee, that's a legendary referee in there. He worked for TNA.
Oh, really?
Trying to think of his name off the top of my head. It ain't Ollie Tharp. That's the other one. God. I can't think of his name. He's a legend from Indiana. Yeah, my knee was after that, I went to work, and I was walking on a cane for that first day. Nobody noticed at work, which was kind of odd. And then I ended up, it took a while. So that was midsummer. I got back in the wrestling ring in October, went down to IEW for a show, got in the ring, hit the ropes, and my knee immediately popped again. And I was like, oh, it's not ready yet. So then it was a whole another year after that until I came back.
Wow. So are you married or dating somebody?
I am married. I'm married to a beautiful woman named Erin.
All right, I gotta ask, what does your significant other say to these wrestling things? Because every wrestler I've interviewed has said, they have a limit. Their wife says, no more this, no more that. You do this. What does your wife say about that?
I don't know. She don't want to see no blood. That's for certain. But that's going to probably happen at some point. She don't like the hardcore stuff. So I do. I love it. But I keep away from most of that. Worst case scenario, might get a chair involved or whatever. But that's about her limit, really.
Right. So she don't want no blood. Does she ever come to these wrestling matches?
She did up until about a year ago. So now she's enrolled in schooling. And she's going back to college and finishing up her college stuff. So she's pretty busy with the schooling. And that allowed me to kind of focus on getting closer to home wrestling. And now I go to Springfield and wrestle once a month, and she stays home. She don't go to that. But she will be there for Wrestling for a Cure. That's for certain.
Oh, cool. I might get to meet her then,
Yes.
So.
Yeah, she's the one that does up until about a year ago, did all my video recording of my matches. So, yeah, she sat there for 5 hours going down to Southern Indiana, 5-hour drive, wrestle 4 hours, 5 hours back home. I burnt her out after, 4 years of doing that she did with me. So,
right. My wife, we do all these fire sales on the show, and she's usually the one that's administering the pain, whether that is me being waxing my beard, or a shot. Oh, I know. I've seen you pop in every once in a while, commenting, like, "Oh, this is awesome. Do it again."
Yeah.
And I ask her every time, like, do you ever get tired of like hurting me or push? Like, no, no, not at all. It gives me a chance to usher out some rage from something stupid you've done the other day. I'm like, I guess. It also doesn't help the fact that most of the wrestlers promote her to do it. Like Sage, let's pull this out. We had a cookie sheet, and I'm pretty thick-headed.
Really?
I won't lie. I've taken several dunks to the head. We had a cookie sheet out here that we had bent so bad you couldn't use it again. So Sage, one day, he's like, hey, Susan, I noticed you need a new cooking sheet, and I'll bring you an old classic cooking sheet. I'm like, it can't be that bad, right? That's like from the 1950s, and you can see all the dings in my head. You can see where the pin on my hat has hit.
Wow.
This fucker will wake your ass up. And
He didn't hold back none, huh?
She don't hold back. No. Especially when you got guys like Will Hyde or Gibbons. They're like, hit him again. So.
Oh, boy.
So what would you say outside of this weekend? This weekend's big for you.
Yes.
What is your, outside this weekend, because I'd say this is probably one of them, what is your dream match? The one match you would love to have?
It's not going to happen. The Mississippi Madman has always been my dream match to have.
I've heard a lot about Mississippi
Since I started, I had a run-in or a little thing with him, Soy City Wrestling. You see the banner there. His last wrestling appearance in the ring was for me in a battle royal, and I wanted to do something. We planned something out, and I don't know if you know how these battle royals go, but they don't ever go as planned, and we never got to do our little spot. And then, unfortunately, that was the last time that he wrestled in a ring, so I never got that. So that would have been my favorite. But
the Mississippi Madman is legendary. People still talk about him, just like Toga Steve. They still talk about him to this day. He's always brought up.
He's mesmerized by that man. I went to school with him briefly in high school, and then met him years later. He was working at a Best Buy, and he was in there. This big man with a Best Buy shirt on, barely fit him. I was like, damn, Don, how's it going, buddy? And he was telling me about how he's wrestling up in Springfield and this and that. And then, yeah. So we've been friends on and off for a long time.
Now, he passed away 2 years.
4 years now, ain't it?
I would say. I think he passed away shortly before I got into podcasting. I think so. It might have been like early 2020. 2021 or 2020, somewhere around there. But everybody spoke about, heard nothing but good stuff. The guy was a legend from what I can tell.
Yes. He's a sweetheart of a man.
Yep. He would one person put it to me this way: he is this area's Andre the Giant.
Oh, yes.
Just a nice guy, sweet guy, but when it comes to the business, he's all about it. And if you do it correctly, he'll put you over. If not, he'll make you understand.
Oh, yes.
And those kind of people that you meet, like, Mississippi Madman or Andre the Giant, those are the guys you could tell they really care about it, and they're what makes wrestling grow. When compared to some of these other guys who just come in, they're like, oh, I'm going to be, the face of ECW or WCW or something like that. These guys, they're just here to make the business grow better for everybody else. And it's very hard to find.
Yeah, I know. Yes. Nobody wants to give back anymore. They just want to keep to themselves.
No, and that's one thing I have noticed. I'm not saying it's just a couple wrestlers I've seen. Not you, so please don't kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's the Madman right there.
Yes.
Dude, that guy is a
Look at him, man. He's like towers over them other guys. You don't even notice him.
No. The other guy looks like a child compared to the Madman.
Whose house? It's cool to see Swerve have that today. The Who's house, and they say Swerve's house, but we all been saying it's his house many years ago.
Oh my God! What the hell? Wait!
Oh,
that he just picked him up and dropped him. That's
Man.
impressive. This guy is just a straight tank.
Yeah, he was a monster.
Yeah, that man, whose house, my house. Oh, he did hardcore. Man. Oh
my.
Kermit says he went in February of 2021. A hell of a guy.
Wow.
Hell of a guy.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God!
Tossing people. Look at that. That's Abyss.
This is not a beast. This is the Hulk. Look at this.
Like trash. Oh.
Yeah. Like a freaking rag doll.
Beating up on Abyss like it's nothing. I love it.
God, this man. Oh my God.
Oh.
He
was just crippling people back then. It was just, oh my, who's that? Zeus?
Look at this. I think this is Zeus, yeah.
No.
He's going at it. He's standing toe to toe with Zeus.
Wow.
Gee.
Yeah, man, I really wish I was more involved in wrestling way back then when I was younger. I missed the whole era of stuff like that.
He was seriously a trailblazer in that era. He really was.
Yes.
That just watching that little tribute there they had, that man was literally the Hulk. There's no way. And you wanted to wrestle him.
Oh yes. The bigger the man, the more intrigued I am to wrestle him.
So you're more into you don't like to go for like the guys who are half your size. You like to go for guys who are like same size, bigger. You like to challenge yourself.
I either want them bigger than me or tiny so I can just maul them and get done my job done. That's what I like. I don't like the same size guys. Some of them, I don't know. I'd rather them be bigger than me to beat the crap out of me, or I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. That's how it's gonna be.
How did the Madman pass? Was that
heart issues?
Heart issues?
Pretty sure, and I believe that COVID played part of it too.
COVID took a lot of people, sadly.
Oh man, yes.
That was bad. I actually lost a friend of mine. He had lung cancer. He contracted COVID, and this was like right when it started. So he just decided he wasn't going to suffer. So he went out and did him. So yeah, he had cancer. He had COVID. He knew he wasn't going to make it out. So that was a lifelong friend of the family too.
Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah. Well, you would want to fight the Mississippi Madman.
Man, I would love it.
That'd be a hell of a match, I think. Two freaking monsters going at it. That would have been awesome.
Yes, it would have been great.
Yeah. Is there anybody else you would have wanted to face?
Talking about current, mate. Current. Man, I've been watching Congo Kong. You've seen that big bastard?
I've heard. Yeah.
I'd like to wrestle him. And definitely want to wrestle sometime Jake Landers. That's a guy I've been watching Jake for many years. And
yeah,
I got a little sample of him in a Battle Royal some months ago. And I was like, he picked me up and threw me around the ring like it was nothing. And I'm like, oh, okay, little guy. I was impressed. So I'm eyeballing him too. I'd like to wrestle with him. That'd be good.
Yeah, Jake has also been on fire lately. He's the pinfall heavyweight champion right now, isn't he?
Yeah, and just the last show, he did a gauntlet match. He beat up damn near everybody that was left in the locker room.
Wow.
Yeah, I was busy, so whatever.
So if Madman would have been more like Hulk, yes. Lander to me sounds more like he's like a spider. He's like Spider-Man.
Yeah, that would have been because he's. You think he's small and looks small. He grows 6-7 inches in that ring with the power and his delivery of everything.
Well, it's like a grand wrestling spectacle. It was him. It was Sid. It was him, Sid. I'm trying to remember who was on that main event for the pinfall title because it was vacated.
I think it was 5 of them, wasn't it?
It was 5 of them, I think. Yeah.
Jared Allen was in on that.
Jared Allen. There's another one. I'm gonna look this up because was like what, May when they had the Grand Wrestling Spectacle.
Yes.
And it would have been May. Holland, Allen, Rivera, Lander, and Brady. Brady was Rock and Rivera. Brady was the other one I couldn't remember. But he was like maybe the shortest guy there. And he pulled, what was it? He pulled a move, or somebody pulled a move on him. I thought they killed him.
The Canadian Destroyer off the second row?
Yes. I saw them do that, and I'm like, oh my jeez, oh my God, they just killed the man.
Yeah.
He gets right up, and I'm like, how?
I don't know how you'd have the medics come get me.
Oh my. If somebody pulled that on me in a wrestling ring, I'm just going, you're not going to get, I'm dead.
Yeah.
You're not, if you're like, get up, I want to finish the match. No, I'm dead. I'm gone. Just cover me.
He went on and won that match.
He went on and won it. Yeah, he's a tough son of a bitch, too, that guy.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of guys when it comes to like wrestling for a cure and pinfall, and a lot of the IEW guys, they're really tough. They're like tough as nails. Like you yourself, I have seen you like in that triple threat match last year. You went through hell. You came that close to getting it.
Yeah.
You came that close. That's why I'm seriously looking forward to Saturday, because Saturday it's going to be like, that is going to be a war.
Yes.
And you have been nonstop ever since. You've just been rolling.
It's been a good run. It's been a good run.
I don't want to say I don't want to choose a winner. All I'm going to say is whoever wins it, it's going to be well deserved. That whole thing's going to be very well deserved.
Yes. Sid's been a good champion, man.
Sid has been a good champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was amazing to see, because ever since I started podcasting, the champion's always been Duds. Mac Daddy Duds was always champion, except for that one.
For years, wasn't it? 3 years?
About 3 years. There was one time, I forget, it was somebody that came in and stripped him of the belt and then lost it at Wrestling for a Cure one year. Who was it?
That might have been before my time.
I would have to ask. No, I think you were there for it. I would have to ask like Will Hyder Gibbons, but he got the belt back, and then after that, it was like just nonstop. He defended it every year, and then last year was where he finally got dethroned.
Yes. Yeah.
And I mean, in that kind of match, it was like all three of you, like you and Sid, it's like these two definitely deserve it. These two definitely deserve a shot.
We ended up being the final two in that battle royal later on too, which is kind of it's weird how that worked out.
Yeah, you two were like literally like, weren't we just here like 5 minutes ago? Let's finish.
We are alone again against each other.
Yeah, and then you won the battle royal.
Yes, he lost. That's right.
Yep, you threw the champ out, so maybe that kind of kindled a little fire in you. Like, oh, you ain't so tough. Let's do this again next year.
Yeah.
Let's get you next year. See if I can't get that belt off you.
Yeah.
So outside of wrestling, what's some other things you enjoy doing?
Well, I'm a woodworker. I own my own woodworking business called Yoder Built. That keeps me busy. One thing I do is I build custom urns, as I mentioned earlier about Gavin.
Yep.
I built many a human urns, and I do a lot for pets, for keepsakes for pets. I build custom. I do laser printing, that kind of stuff. As you can see behind me, I'm a musician as well. I like to play music. I'm not as good as Brian Ely on guitar, I'll tell you that right now. But I do play a guitar. I've been doing that since my whole life. Music and wrestling have just gone parallel with each other in my life. It's kind of ironic how they go together, but they have. I do a lot of video work stuff, making commercials and things like that for different companies. All the videos you see, the wrestling, was things that I put together myself. I'm married. I work 40 hours a week. I go camping a lot. I like to be outdoors. I'm an outdoors guy. That's about it, man. Everything's kind of simple outside of pro wrestling, really. To me, seems the other way.
Right. I have one video I found here, and that's why I was leaning towards it, but I was kind of hesitant because I know some people are like, "Oh, don't talk about that." I'm a little. It's you singing
if I put it on YouTube. It's talk aboutable.
Well, let's talk about this. You know,
Let's see what we got. What are you pulling up?
I got you.
Oh boy,
putting you in the spotlight. Yoder's gonna sing us a song.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's see this.
$500 if you can figure out where that's at. And what song is this? Can you name the artist?
There are some people who say you cannot tell whether we are single, whether all is well. They say you can only hope and trust that it's so. Well, I was there when it happened, and so I guess I ought to know. Yes, I know when Jesus saved me, every moment he forgave me. He took away my heavy burden. Oh Lord, he gave me peace within. Satan can't make me doubt it. It's real, I'm gonna shout it. Well, I was there when it happened, and so I guess I ought to know.
I was getting ready to bust out the solo here. I realized somebody was watching.
Long somebody gonna get these boots.
Get on out of here.
All right, the song I'm not sure.
So, have you seen Walk the Line? Johnny Cash song movie.
Yes. Oh God, what is
So he
it?
started a band. He started his Christian band, and they were on the front porch playing that song.
Yeah.
And
what was that? Oh, it's been so long since I watched that movie. Oh, I can see him playing it because now that you say that, it's like, oh, there it is.
yeah, song. So I figured if Yoder's going to play anything, it's got to be a gospel song.
Gotta be a gospel song. Gotta be a Johnny Cash song too.
Yeah, I much don't play music though, so that's why I didn't really put that out there too much. A lot of things I do make no sense, but
all right, I give up. What is the name of the song? I can't think of it.
oh, I don't know. Jesus Saved Me, I think.
What was it?
Jesus Saved Me.
Jesus Save Me. Was that the song?
Oh, or I guess I ought to know. That might be it. I don't know.
And as far as the location goes,
yeah, that's kind of in you're from Springfield area, right?
Yeah, I'm from the Jacksonville area, but I'm close to Springfield. I'm gonna say that looks like what is that place outside of Ashland? It's right outside of Ashland. It's like a little log.
It's in Rochester.
It's in Rochester.
Yeah.
Damn, I was hoping I'd get $500 put it towards Wrestling for a Cure so I can keep this belt here.
Yeah. I was surprised we went and recorded that and nobody came up and messed with me or nothing.
it was a pretty good song. I thought you said it was pretty good.
I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. I really don't.
You don't know what you were thinking. I think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I can't believe I forgot about that Johnny Cash song. It's been so long. When did that movie come out? That was like what, 2000? That was shortly. He died in 2004.
I watched it a billion times.
Yeah, it's one of those movies you've seen and you're just like.
I was a big Johnny Cash fan anyway, or am.
Oh, I what's your favorite Johnny Cash song?
I sing it all the time. Karaoke's Get Rhythm. I love that song.
I gotta say,
but man, I can't really pick a favorite. I love all kinds of Johnny.
It's hard, you know. I want to lean towards Hurt because that was like his last big hit.
Yeah. I
But
like a lot of stuff he did with June Carter. Oh man, I can't. I got the part of it. Part of the song is in a quote on a picture on my bedroom wall. Darling Companion. That's it. That's jam. I love that. I love anything with June Carter singing with him. His gospel stuff. Some of it was good. Sunday Morning Coming Down. That's a good one.
right. I would say my all-time favorite had to be the Pale Horse. What's the name of it? When the man comes around. There's an actual name for it.
Can't think of it.
I can't think of it. But you know what song I'm talking about.
I think so.
Yeah, it's like
I like the one he did for. Well, he didn't do it for, but the Undertaker used that. There Ain't No Grave. That's
that's a good one.
yeah.
That's a real, and the fact that the Undertaker used it in WWE, because that was around the time I quit watching it. He was using that.
Yeah.
And
so you quit watching wrestling? Is that what you just said?
Well, I quit watching wrestling because I went into the military, and you don't get cable. I eventually moved out, got an apartment, and I didn't have cable. I still don't have. The only thing I have right now to watch TV is like Netflix and Disney Plus, and that's it.
Wow.
But I still, I'm also more of a UFC guy, and not as much. But I still 100% respect what you guys do.
Yeah.
Because, and this is the thing somebody's always like, oh, it's all fake. No, you don't understand. They are there's a serious risk to it.
Yeah.
There is a serious risk to it. Like, what was it? Back in December at Pinfall, Shield Wall.
Yeah.
What was his name? He fell off and he busted his leg.
Yeah.
Bad, man. I
thought he was going to be really hurt bad, but he bounced back right after that.
He bounced back right after that. Yeah. And it was like, you can't,
Brian Ely got his mouth busted open, had to have stitches on his mouth.
Oh, yeah. Ely got busted open. And then, of course, we just saw the video of you with your knee fighting Bronson Reed, Bull Bronson.
Yeah.
That, you can't sit there and tell me, I disrespect it because no. There is a seriousness and there is a physical mentality because you're talking about lifting a guy 3 times your weight, having to make sure he lands safe, you land safe.
Yes.
It's one of those things where it's like, I will always respect it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that like some people don't look at it because, they compare it to like, wrestling and it is wrestling. What the fuck am I talking about? They compare it to other sports like boxing and whatnot, but it's like I said, there's still a physical mentality, a physical issue with it there. They have to literally make sure they walk away scot-free and their opponent walks away scot-free.
Yes. It's one of those things where that people say things like that all the time. They have no idea what it's like to go in that wrestling ring and do what we do. You can say it's fake. You say all you want. You never know anything about anything until you do it yourself,
Right.
I get that a lot and out in society at work, you get heckled, things like that. And it's just like, you wouldn't last 30 seconds in the world that I do, so.
No, and like I said, you do get hit. You do get hurt. And, I can attest to this because, I'm pretty sure Sage put a little extra pepper on that slap. But I got chopped and bitch slapped by Sage.
Yeah.
And he made sure I felt it.
So another thing with me I was trained by Gavin, trained by Tracy. Tracy's biggest thing was never make it look as real as possible. So when I go in the ring and wrestle, I'm not holding anything back, and I'm punching and ask Brian Ely. I need him in his head, accidentally, but I was already in the mode and in the mood. It's like, okay, boom, and I really need him, and I expect that back too. That's what I love about the physicality of it, because how do you sell if you don't feel it or know it? That kind of thing. That's what kind of weird to me. If you're gonna punch me in the jaw and I gotta make it look like you hit me, really hit me there,
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, that's the thing is the physicality. Like you didn't mean to hit Brian Neely that hard, but you did.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was at some point was like, oh, Jesus.
We've had a few incidents in the ring when I was a little rough with him. And I'm sorry. Oops. Damn. Waiting for my receipt, you know. He gives it to when them German release suplexes. He sent me to the chiropractor for like 6 weeks after that.
My God.
Yeah, I was messed up, dude. Woo.
Wait, after this year's Toka Steve match?
Yeah. I honestly contemplated if my back was cracked.
Oh my God.
I gave it a week, and then I finally was like, I got to go see the chiropractor because there's something back there that's not popping, and it hurts when it's whatever. And it wasn't that serious. I got a little treatment, but it took about, 6 weeks. And then I said, I ain't going to do that move again. And I'll be damned. We wasn't down there in Ashland. And sometimes you don't have much time to think about what's going to happen. And
right.
He told me what was going to happen, and I didn't have time to react. I took it. It hurt, but it didn't send me to the chiropractor. I think I'm building up calluses to it, to be honest with you. We wrestled a lot. Brian and what's the Tyler Bodine, good big ass dude.
Tyler Bodine's a big boy.
Yes, I know. He get in there and wrestle with his big ass. My goodness.
I watched him. What was it? It was in Virginia at the Slam and Barbecue last year. Or was it this year? I can't remember. But I watched him go from coming out. Now I love Tyler Bodine. He's a good guy, but he came out pale white. By the time he left, I realized why you called it Slam and Barbecue, because he was burnt crispy. You could watch him go. I think it was last year. He sunburned instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was last year because at Wrestling for a Cure, I asked him, how's your tan? He goes, oh, don't even talk about my tan. That hurt the next few days. I'm like, you're damn lucky you didn't get sun poisoning, bro. We ginger people do not tan well.
No, I know.
No, we don't. We burn.
I went to Hawaii last summer, and I spent, maybe 4 hours snorkeling. And I had put sunblock on, and I'm white, as you can see, white as can be.
Right.
I had never been burnt so bad in my life. That Hawaiian sun, nothing blocked it. Nothing. It scorched my whole back. I spent days suffering from 2nd-degree burn on my back, it felt like.
I will tell you, and I will tell you this, I hope there's no kids watching, but you know how everybody says their dream ideal is sex on the beach?
Yeah.
I have done that before, and let me tell you something. It is good. But the next day, I was in the sun for so long, I looked like a new X-Men character. I was sunburnt. My back was blistered from the sunburn. And I was working at Dunham Sporting Goods at the time. I looked like a frog. My back looked like a frog.
Wow.
And one of my coworkers thought it'd be funny. It was like blisters from the top of my shoulders all the way down. One of my coworkers, she thought it'd be funny just to slap me on the back real hard. Oh my God, I wanted to cry. I was in so much pain.
Wow.
Oh God, it hurt. It hurt bad. So, but yeah, sunburns are not fun, especially for us ginger people. Not at all. They suck. So, well, it's been about an hour. I got nothing else really to ask you questions for. I mean, I know you got a lot going on. You got to get trained, ready for this weekend.
I'm going to build 2 barns this week. That's on the agenda. And then I got to head out probably Tuesday to get there on time. It takes a while, bud. A while.
You are going to build 2 barns. That's your training regimen.
That's no problem right there.
Well, I got a fence that needs built. You want to come build a fence?
Where, in Springfield?
In Jacksonville.
Oh. What kind of pay?
We'll talk. It probably won't be till next year, honestly. I gotta pay you to train.
Yeah. I like shiny gold.
Shiny gold.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll get another one of those.
Yeah.
I just cannot I gotta get that credit card statement before the wife finds it. As I just realized she's gonna get the mail. It's gonna be in it's gonna be in tomorrow. It's gonna be in this week. The statement for this month, for last month, and she's always gonna look at it, and I'm gonna be in trouble. So
here comes the fire.
yeah, here comes the fire. Then next thing you know, it'll be a Wrestling for a Cure match, me versus her for the credit card. So, all right, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Our number one contender, Yoder himself, is going to take on Sid Hollands for the Wrestling for a Cure Heavyweight Championship. This, in my opinion, if I had to put money on match of the night, this is it. This is it. You have this is King Kong versus Godzilla, Batman versus Superman. This is going to be, in my opinion, one for the ages.
I'm going to be Superman.
You're going to be Superman?
Yeah, he's a hot thing right now.
Are you going to go see the new Superman movie?
Yeah, I want to. I just asked my wife last night. She don't care about Superman. She likes Batman, but I'm a Superman guy, so
I want to go see it. I got faith in James.
It's been a while since they, other than the small town thing they did. I don't think they've done any new Superman, have they?
Well, they did Man of Steel with Zack Snyder, which was okay.
Yeah. But
Batman v Superman was just like sausage measuring fest.
Yeah.
Like Batman and Superman have fought 100 times before. They have legit reasons why they fight.
Yes.
Superman is a god amongst men. Batman doesn't trust anybody.
Yeah.
You could have done it 100 ways better, but then they did Justice League, which was like the Snyder cut was much better, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I actually liked Cavill as Superman.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe this new one here.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, maybe this new one here. I know Jurassic World was decent.
Yeah.
At some points in that movie, you forget you're watching a dinosaur film, and you feel like you're watching an alien film.
Oh.
Because the way one of them looks. And there's one point we were watching this film, I couldn't stop laughing because my brother is literally sitting there every time this thing comes on. It's the one that looks like the thing off Star Wars, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
It's a mutant. Every time this thing shows up, my brother goes, "Oh, look at me, I'm a dinosaur." I'm like, you got me, kid, shut up. It's Sloth off the Goonies if he was a dinosaur. That's an insult. Stop it. And then Fantastic Four, I don't know about. I've kind of been on the fence with Marvel for a while.
Yeah.
They haven't put out anything good lately. So, I mean, you never know. Maybe they'll break the mold with this one.
Maybe.
So
it's worth a look at for sure.
Yeah, my money's still on Superman. So, well, Chad, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, and hope to see everybody at Wrestling for a Cure this Saturday. Tickets are only $10. Come see the Amish Warrior destroy Sid Hollands.
It's gonna be a battle, and it is this Saturday live for the Illinois building at 801 East Sangamon Avenue. Bell time is at 6. Doors open at 5:30. Look at this. You already know we have the number one contender for the title right here in Yoder. You've also got the tag titles, the cruiserweight titles on the line, and that ever legendary that this man here has actually went toe-to-toe on twice, the Dusty Cameron Memorial Battle Royal. All for $5.
$5. I said 10. I apologize.
Yeah, I saw some.
So you can see that this level of wrestling.
Oh yeah, it's great stuff. Yeah,
that's the best. That's what Wrestling for a Cure to me in my mind has always been, and that's why I've always so honored to be part of it. Is I feel like this is the best talents in this state and beyond, and they come here in the capital, the Illinois State Fairgrounds. I mean, you can't get a bigger venue than that. You know what I mean?
You can't. No,
it feels so big to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but
no, I don't think you're weird. It's
like my WrestleMania, to be honest with you.
I would say Wrestling for a Cure is 2 parts WrestleMania, 2 parts SummerSlam, and 2 parts Survivor Series.
Royal Rumble,
With
too,
with a little Royal Rumble.
relevancy, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of battle royals that go on, but and none of them really. It's just like, okay, this battle royal means something. It has meant something. People, I imagine Tim and Jason get people left and right begging just to be in the battle royal itself. So it's a big deal.
Yeah. I am regretting the day I know it's going to happen again because I work with this crew. I'm going to be out there broadcasting one day, as we always do, and somebody is going to pay for me to be in the battle royal, and I got to go in. And I pray to God it's not against Sage. That man about killed me the last time.
Yeah.
So,
Keep your
again.
eye on the page.
Yeah.
He's a snake.
Yeah, but that's Wrestling for a Cure. This Saturday, Season 9 comes to an end. Ticket. Oh.
Oh, no. You're already
No, I got to work the next morning, dude.
You're already in.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
You know what? Just toss me out. Toss me out. Just don't let
come
Sage.
on. You got to get in there and at least throw a couple blows.
You walk into a farm and punch the bull, see what happens. You could be running for your life.
Yeah.
You all going to be chasing me around the freaking ring. Oh,
good to see, bud. That will be good to see.
Yep. Now, again, as always, as every year, the Best Damn Podcast will be broadcasting live with the pregame show and the postgame show. And I'm sure many of you, I've already seen one person ask, what's in the box? What's in the box? You'll have to tune in Wednesday to find out. Not even the cast knows what it looks like. You'll have to find out, and we'll have more info on that. Yes, that is the Best Damn Podcast King of the Chat Room title belt. We're going to debut that with the whole crew Wednesday on Wednesday's show. So, with that said, Wrestling for a Cure this weekend, $5. You can't get better entertainment for $5. And you get to see the number one contender right there, Yoder! Maybe he's going to take Sid down. Maybe he'll be the new champ. You'll have to come out and see. So, in the meantime, Chad, Yoder, I wish you the best of luck this weekend. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Bob.
And as always, we'll be back later this week with another edition of the Best Damn Podcast, and we're hopefully going to get more interviews with some of these wrestlers going before the big day. Till then, so long, everybody.
Hallelujah.